In September 2024, the question was asked: the correct order of the virtues of a man born with divine qualities. Divine qualities. Shaucha, Tej, Kshama, Dhriti, Adroha. So here you have to choose the correct one. I think I've forgotten one. Yeah, I have forgotten to type one. I'll get back to you on this. Okay, so Shaucha, we know it is a Daivi quality, that is cleanliness. Tej is a Daivi Sampadaya. Kshama, Dhriti, oh, okay, the correct order of the virtues of the man. So you have to put it in the correct order. Sorry, I read the question wrong. So if you know the shlok, you will know what is the correct order. Here, if you have to learn all these three shlokas, very, very important from exam point of view. I told you yesterday also. So if anybody knows the shlok, please tell me the correct order. Shaucha, Tej, Kshama, Dhriti, Adroho. Out of these, what is the correct order? First one, second one, third one, or fourth one? Teja, Kshama, Dhriti, Shaucham, Adroho, Nati, Manita. So Tej comes first.
Tej.
Then
Next,
yes.
E comes first. Next, second one is E.
Adroho nati manita. So you have to remember, you have to learn these three shlokas. Very, very important. So Teja, Kshama. So B, C, D, A, and E. B, C, D, A, and E. So third option is correct. Then in the fourth shlok, what happens? The qualities of those who possess a demonic nature, that has been told. So Asuri Sampadaya have been told over here. We have discussed this yesterday also. Dambho darpo bhimanascha krodha parushyameva cha ajnanai cha bhijatasya partha sampadamasurim. So here Bhagavan is telling about the demonical qualities, the 6 demonical qualities that are there. So these are the 6 demonical qualities. So Dambha. Dambha means hypocrisy. We have something in our mind and we speak something else. So we meet someone, we are not very fond of them, but on their face we will speak very nicely, and once they turn around, we will start calling names. So that is hypocrisy. Or we do something which we don't believe in, but we do it only to show it to everyone, to the society. So that is hypocrisy. Then is darpa. Darpa means arrogance. You should not be arrogant here. So having arrogance in your words, in your action, in your mind, that is darpa. From exam point of view, you should know these meanings. Dambha means hypocrisy. Darpa is arrogance. Abhiman. Abhiman is conceit. Then is krodha. That is anger. In Daivi Sampadaya, akrodha Bhagavan has said. So exactly opposite to that. So akrodha is Daivi Sampadaya. So having anger in us is a Asuri Sampadaya. Then is Parushyam, that is harshness. So when we are speaking, in our actions, in our behavior, in our thoughts, we should not have harshness. We should not be rude. And then is Agyana. Agyana means ignorance. So from start, Bhagavan is telling that Jnana is very important. Very, very important. So not having Jnana, that is Agyana, being ignorant, not knowing what is right and what is wrong, what we should do and what we shouldn't do. That is Agyana, what is there in the scriptures. Not knowing that, that is Agyana. So Bhagavan here is telling that these 6 are the Asuri qualities: Dambha, Darpa, Abhimana, Krodh, and Parushya. Now, one by one, just repeat. Nidhi, tell me the 6 Asuri qualities. Oh, Nidhi is left. Mrunmay ji.
Namaste, madam.
Ji.
First is Dambha.
Yes.
Second is Darpa. Third is Abhimana. Fourth is Krodha. Fifth is Parusya. Sixth is Agyana.
Very good. And you have to remember it in this sequence only. They might ask you the sequence to put it in the correct sequence. So learn it
Yes, ma'am.
in the sequence. So here also this shlok, the first three shlokas and this shlok, very important from exam point of view. So six asuri, dambha, darpa, abhiman, krodh, parushya, agyana. Anybody knows is okay the first three shlokas. Does anybody know those shlokas? They can recite for me or they can tell me all the 26 Daivi Sampadaya. If anybody knows, please put up your hand.
Yes, ma'am.
Nrutaji? Okay. Yes.
Sri Bhagavanuvach Abhayam Satta Sansuddhir Jnana Yoga Bhavastitihi Danam Damascha Jajnascha Swadhyayastapa Arjavam.
Very good. Next shlok.
Ahimsa Satyamakrodhas Tyaga Santirapai Sunam Daya Bhuteswaloluktam Mardavam Hrira Chapalam.
Third shlok.
तेज क्षमा धृति शौच मद्रहो नाति मानिता भवन्ति संपदं दैवी मभिजातस्य भारत.
Very good. Very good, Parmaji. Chapalam or achapalam, which is the Daivi Sampadaya?
Madam, achapalam is Daivi Sampradaya, chapalam is Asuri Sampradaya.
Okay. Droha and Adroha.
Madam,
Adroha
Droh
is
is Asuri, Adroham means Daivi.
Very good. Loluptvam and Aloluptvam. Anyone can answer. Loluptvam and Aloluptvam. Yes, Ruchiji.
हाँ मैम, अलोलुप्तम जो है देवी संपदा है, लोलुप्त होना वो आसुरी हो जाएगा.
Yes, very good. So,
थैंक यू.
yeah, in exam, you have to remember that these are ahimsa, a word, a krodha, a paishunam, a lolupvam. They might ask you, or they might give you lolupvam and alolupvam. So don't get confused in that. So when you are learning the shlokas, learn it in this way: a paishunam, a lolupvam. When you are reciting the shlokas, you have to remember that it is achapalam, adroha, aloluptvam. So be careful because we tend to make mistakes. As a student, I know, that's why I'm telling you, be cautious when you're learning this. This is where students, they tend to make mistakes. Very good. Let's move on. Now 3 doors to hell or narak. Narak ke 3 dwar. So, trividham narakasyedan dwarannaşanamatmanaha kamah krodhasthatha lobhastasmadetattrayan tyajet. So here Bhagavan is telling that which are the 3 doors or which are the 3 things that will take you to hell. So those 3 things or 3 doors to hell, very important from exam point of view, are Kam, Krodh and greed. Kam, Krodh and Lobh. So these are the 3 doors to hell. So what are the 3 doors? Kam, Krodh and Lobh. Kam, Krodh and Lobh. And therefore one should abandon all 3. So Bhagavan here is telling that we should abandon all 3. We should be very, very careful that we don't have these 3 qualities in us. Because if we have, then we are going to invite ourselves only to hell. Self-invite. The doors of the hell will be open and we'll just walk through that door. So if you don't want that, then avoid these 3 qualities, that is lust, anger and greed. Kama, Krodh and Lobh. I have given that the same thing in the table. Then Bhagavan is saying, then okay, then how do you avoid this? How to inculcate Daivi Sampadaya? How to be away from Asuri Sampadaya? How to keep the doors of hell closed? So for that, Bhagavan is giving the solution. So Bhagavan is telling us a problem and is giving the solution also immediately. Tasmat shastram pramanante karya vyavasthitau Nyatva shastra vidhanoktam karma kartum harhasi. Beautifully said. Bhagwan is telling over here that let the scriptures, that means whatever is written in our shastra, जो भी शास्त्र में हमारे लिखा गया है, let the scriptures be your authority. उसी को सही मानिए. Let that be your authority in determining what should be done and what should not be done. So if you ever get confused whether what I am doing is right or wrong, so Bhagwan is telling just see what is written in scriptures. हमारे शास्त्र में क्या लिखा है? If in shastra it is said that yes, do this, this is right, then do it. But in shastra, if in our scriptures it is written that this should be avoided, then refrain from doing it. Don't do it. Very simple. So there is no point in getting confused. Just follow whatever is written in our shastra, that is scriptures. So here, shastra, you have the shastra vidhan nokta, shastra ko praman manna hai. So in exam, they might ask that what should be the authority? So it is shastra or scriptures. Let the scriptures be your authority. किसको प्रमाण माना जाता है? तो शास्त्र को प्रमाण माना जाता है. शास्त्रम प्रमाणन्ते. Always follow whatever is written or whatever is said in the scriptures. You will never go wrong. Understand the scriptural injunctions and teachings, and then perform your actions in this world accordingly. So Bhagwan is telling that whatever is written in the scriptures, just follow it and perform all your duties, do your karma accordingly. You will never go wrong. Yes, Sukanya ji, you want to ask something?
Yes, ma'am. I think one sutra is similar in Narada Bhakti Sutra. That is Bhavatu Nishchayadadarya Dutvam Shastra Rakshanam.
Yes. So Shastra, that is scriptures, will always protect you. They will always be your guide. Just like when we buy any vehicle or any instrument, okay, when we buy a car or we buy a washing machine or a dishwasher or even cooker, okay, we get a manual with it, right? In that manual, even with the phone we get, laptop, in that manual, everything is written, what you should do and what you shouldn't, right? So scripture is just like our manual, the manual of our life. So whatever is written in the manual of a car, we follow that. If in the manual it is written that this is a petrol car, fill petrol, will you go and fill diesel in that? No. Why? Because it is written in the manual and you follow the manual blindly. Similarly, scriptures are a manual of life. Follow the scriptures blindly. Whatever is written, whatever has been said, just follow it and your life will be very peaceful as per Bhagwan. Then we start with the 17th adhyaya, that is Shraddhatra Vibhaga Yog, and there are 28 shlokas in this. Shraddhatra. In this adhyaya, depending upon the nature of our mind. Now here, our mind, it plays tricks. We know our mind is very chanchal, it is very fickle, it runs here and there. And how is our mind? So depending on the nature of our mind, their faith adapts a corresponding color. So our mind, it is sattvic, rajasic and tamasic. Okay, so depending upon which color is right now, which colored mind is there, if it is sattvic mind, then what happens? If it is rajasic, then what? And if it is tamasic dominant, then what? So accordingly, our faith, it changes. The quality of life they lead is determined by the nature of their faith. So how will be our life? Whether it will be a happy, peaceful life or it will be a very rough life, a painful life, how will be our life? So that is determined by the nature of our faith, including the food they prefer to eat. Even the food is of 3 types, that is sattvic, rajasic and tamasic. So Bhagwan here classifies food also into 3 categories and discusses the impact of each category. So here, in the previous chapter also, we had studied sattvic, rajasic and tamasic. Here further, Bhagwan is telling about different categories of the effect it has on us. So Arjun asked, "O Krishna, where do they stand who disregard the injunctions of the scriptures?" So in the previous adhyaya, Bhagwan told that follow the scriptures. शास्त्र को प्रमाण मानना है। तो the next question Arjuna asks that where do those people who do not follow the scriptures but still worship with faith, लेकिन but they still worship with complete faith, पूरे श्रद्धा से वो worship अगर करते हैं लेकिन वो scriptures या शास्त्र नहीं follow करते हैं, तो where do they stand? How is their life? Is their faith in the mood of goodness, passion, or arrogance, ignorance? So, how is their faith? Is it goodness, that means sattvic, or passion, that is rajasic, or ignorance, that is tamasic? How is it? The Supreme Divine Personality said, every human being is born with innate faith. So here, Bhagavan is telling that we had discussed previously also that every human being is born with sattvic, rajasic, and tamasic faith. They do have. Now hear about this from me. So Bhagavan is telling now, hear about these three faiths from me in detail. So here Bhagavan in 4th shlok is telling, Yajante sattvika devan yaksha rakshamsi rajasaha प्रेतान् भूतगणाश्चान्ये यजन्ते तमसा जनाः. So Bhagavan here is talking about the sattvic, rajasic, and tamasic people. So the sattvic people, or you can say the pure men, sattvic people are considered as very pure souls. Some people who have very clean, clear mind. So the sattvic people or the pure men, they worship the gods. So those people who are sattvic in nature, they will worship God. Then the rajasic people or the passionate people, they worship the yakshas and the rakshas. And the others, that is tamasic people or the dark or the dull folk, they worship the ghost that we call as pret and the host of the bhutas, the nature of the or the spirits. So sattvic people, whom do they worship? God. Rajasic, yaksha or rakshas, and tamasic, they worship ghost. So depending upon what kind of a person or what kind of a man we are, a personality we have, accordingly we perform different actions. So who worships whom? That has been told in this shloka. Then, in the next shloka, Bhagavan is further describing or in detail about this. Ashastra vihitam ghoram tapan tapyante ye tapojanaha dambha hankara sanyukta kamaraga balanvitaha karshayantah sharirastham bhutagramamachetasah मयि चैवन्तः शरीरस्थं तान् विद्यासुरनिश्चयान्. So Bhagavan here is telling us that those men who practice terrific austerities means tap, not enjoined by the scriptures. That means there are some people who perform tap or austerities, or you can say शरीर को बहुत ज्यादा कष्ट देते हैं for unnecessarily, not enjoined by the scriptures. That means not told or written in the scriptures, not told by the scriptures, given to hypocrisy and egoism, impelled by the force of lust and attachment. So some people, because they want something, lust, because they want something, attachment, because of lust and attachment, what do? They expose themselves to austerities, unnecessary कष्ट देना, जो हम लोग बोलते हैं ना, शरीर को, मन को जरूरत नहीं है, but still they stretch themselves, they go through hardship. Why? Because they need something or they want something. And what is that? Why is that? It is because of lust and attachment. It is because of these two things that these people, they expose their body, their mind and themselves. They will literally torture themselves, senselessly torturing all the elements of the body and me also who dwells within the body. You may know these to be of demonical resolves. So Bhagavan here is saying that when I reside in your body, we know in each and everything there is Bhagavan. Bhagavan resides in everything. So when we are torturing our body, we are torturing God also. We are torturing Bhagavan also. And people who practice anything in this way, when they torture their body, then Bhagavan say that they have demonical resolve. आसुरी इच्छाएं या आसुरी प्रवृत्ति होती है. So in short, Bhagavan here is telling that no matter what you do, don't force yourself so much that your body is tortured. Don't do anything. In yoga, nothing has been told. Bhagavan has not told us to do anything that is going to make our body suffer. Nothing like that. Bhagavan in every adhyaya has given very simple solution. In some adhyayas, he has told, do this. If not, then do this. If not, then do that. Bhagavan has given us so many options. Whatever we are comfortable with, we can follow that. But nowhere Bhagavan has told कि शरीर को कष्ट दो. Bhagavan has not told that. It is we who feel that if for example, to perform some asana in a competition or something, there are people who make their body go through so much pain. It is not necessary in yoga. Nowhere in any of the scriptures as they have told that you have to force your body, torture your body so much. Nothing like that. So those people who are performing that, and if they feel that they are doing yoga, so Bhagavan here is telling that it is only out of lust and attachment. You want something, you want to win the competition. That is why you are doing that. And that is Asuri Sampadaya again. Then Bhagavan is talking about anna or food. That which type of people like which food. So which food is liked by whom? Very interesting. Now, try to relate to whatever we have or whatever we consume in our day-to-day life. So we will understand whether we having sattvic food or rajasic food or tamasic food. So this adhyaya is very interesting. Take a notebook and just write your things. What do you do? So you will understand how many sattvic things are there, how many rajasic are there in you, and how many tamasic, and what you need to change. And try to change. It's never too late. Always, I feel it's never too late to start anything at all. So 18.8, Ayus Sattva Balarogya Sukha Priti Vivardhanaha Rasya Snigdha Sthira Rudya Ahara Sattvika Priyaha. So Bhagavan here is telling about sattvic food. How is the sattvic food? In the next slok, Bhagavan is telling us about rajasic food. Katvam lalavanatyushna tikshna ruksha vidaniha ahara rajasasyeshta dukkha shokamaya pradaha. We'll do this later on. And then in the next slok, Bhagavan is telling about the tamasic food. In shloka number 10. First, let's understand all the three types of foods and then we'll go to the question answers. Yatayamangatarasam puti paryushitai chayat ushteshmapi chamedhyam bhojanan tamasapriyam. Now, here, let's understand first and then go to the next here. So, which food is liked by whom? So, Bhagavan here is telling about sattvic. How is the sattvic food? We should know how is the sattvic food. So, Bhagavan here is telling that ayu, the food that increases your life. The food that we eat, if it increases your life, then that is a sattvic food. Then, bala, arogya. That means if it gives you strength, if it gives you power to do your activity, to do your work, or to exercise, bala and arogya is health. if it makes you health, if it improves your health, then that is a sattvic food. Then is sukha. That is, if it gives you happiness after eating, if you are happy, you feel happy from within, then it is a sattvic food. Preeti, vivardhanam. That means if it preeti means satisfaction. So after eating the food, you should feel satisfied. Like for example, when we go to the temple, we get prasad. It is only this much, very small quantity. But still, when we have that prasad, we feel very happy. We are very satisfied. So that is a sattvic food. Though the quantity is very less, but it gives you pleasure. It makes you feel good. It makes you happy. You feel very satisfied. So that is a sattvic food. Then how here, then Bhagwan further is telling us rasaya. That means it should be juicy. So juicy means it should not be dry basically. Never eat something that is very dry. It should be rasaha. That means juicy. Snigdha. That is some amount of fat. Now here fatty doesn't mean fatty actually. Snigdha means a little sticky like ghee. Snigdha. It is very important for our joints, for our body. So even some fruits are sticky like banana. So the food should be snigdha. Sthira. That should make you still, stable. That should make you peaceful, enduring. Hridaya, that means pleasing to the heart. So you should feel very good. Your heart should be pleased. So this type of food, it should be palatable, that is priya. So such type of food is sattvic food. So what is a sattvic food? Ayu, which increases your ayu. So ayu, then is bala, which gives you arogya, then is sukha, preeti, rasa, snigdha, sthira, hridaya, and priya. So these are the 10 things, okay, that should be there in a sattvic food. Remember this from exam point of view. Ayu, sattva, bala. So all these 3 shlokas you have to by heart. Lot of questions are asked from here. Ayu, sattva, bala, arogya, sukha, preeti, rasya, snigdha, sthir, hridaya, and priya. So these are the qualities of sattvic food. Then let's go first understand all the qualities. Then is how is the rajasic food. Now we understood what is a sattvic food. Now here, whatever food we learned about sattvic, see whatever during the day that we are having, how much sattvic food we are having. Now, when we understand rajasic, see out of that, if there is some rajasic food in it. So if there is, try to avoid that. If there is tamasic food in our daily consumption, try to avoid that. Till now we didn't know, but now that we know, we should try and avoid. So what is rajasic? Katva. Katu means bitter. Kadwa, जैसे करेला होता है. There is amla. Amla means sour. Anything that is sour is rajasic. Then is lavan. You have to know all these Sanskrit words. That is salty. Some people, they take salt on top while eating every time, or they need extra salt, salty food. So that is not good. Whatever salt is required, have that much only. Don't add extra. Don't have salty food. Don't add salt on the fruits also. So lavan. Atyushna. That means very hot. Some people, they need or they eat very hot food. So Bhagavan is saying over here, the food should be warm. It should not be very hot. Tikshna, that is pungent. Ruksha. Now in sattvic food, Bhagavan had told us that have rasayukt. Here Bhagavan is saying ruksha. Exactly opposite. So the food, tamasic food is ruksha. Vidaniya, that means it burns. When we eat that food, a burning sensation, we feel that burning sensation. So don't have consumed food that gives burning sensation. Vidahina. Then is Rajasya. That means to one in the mode of passion. Dukkha. It gives you dukkha. That is distress. Shoka. That is misery. Amaya. That is disease. So how is the Rajasic food? Rajasic food, all those things that come into this category, they are Rajasic. So what is Rajasic? Katu, Amla, Lavan, Ati Ushna, Tikshna, Ruksha, Vidaniha. Then is Dukkha, which that generates sorrow in or distress in our mind. Shok and Amaya, that is disease, जिनसे रोग create होते हैं. These type of, when you consume these type of food, that is Rajasic. So now see in your daily routine if you are having Rajasic food. Then next is Tamasic food. Yata Yama. Yata Yamam. That means food that is cooked 3 hours before being eaten. Any food, if you cook and keep it, it should be consumed within 3 hours. If it is consumed after 3 hours, even if it is sattvic food, if it is consumed after 3 hours, if it comes under the category of sattvic, but it is cooked and kept, and you eat it or consume it after 3 hours, then Bhagavan is saying that it is tamasic. It becomes tamasic. So, yata yamam. Then is gatarasam, tasteless. There are so many things that are tasteless. So, tasteless food is tamasic food. Then is puti. Puti means bad smelling. खराब हो जाता है. It starts smelling. Throw it away. Don't eat it. Parushyam. That is decomposed. Stale food. Basically, parushyam means stale food. We know a lot of times we eat whatever is remaining the previous day. Whatever we cooked on the previous day, we have the next day. So Bhagavan is saying, don't eat like that. Leftover foods, don't eat. It is not good for your body, for your mind also. Then is Uchishtam. Uchishtam means remnants of the food eaten by others. That means in Hindi we call jhuta. So someone has eaten or consumed the food and remaining food you are eating. That is called as Uchishtam. So that is tamasic. Don't eat. Don't do that. Bhagavan is saying. And then is Amedhyam. Amedhyam means apavitra. Here is untouchable, means not untouchable literal meaning, but apavitra, you can say, like non-veg. So amedhyam means non-veg. That is not told by our scriptures. It is asked to be avoided by a scripture. So that is amedhyam. मांस मच्छी जो खाना है वो भगवान यहाँ पे बोल रहे हैं, that is amedhyam. So all these foods, all these things, they come under tamasic. So what is tamasic? Yatayamam, gatarasam, puti, paryushitam, uchishtam, and amedhyam. These are the characteristics of tamasic food. Now that we know all the three, sattvic, rajasic, and tamasic, what is it? Let's see if we can solve the questions. Now in December 2023, in accordance with Bhagavad Gita, which of the following are not the characteristics? They are not the characteristics of Rajasic Ahar. So here they have asked not. Laced with salt, Lavon Yukta, Snigdha, very hot, and long lasting. Out of and then is Rasa Yukta, that is
Snigdha and lasting.
So choose the correct option. A, B, C, that is first option. B, C, D, B, D, E, and C, D, E.
मैम एक बार क्वेश्चन दिखाइए
हाँ, एक मिनट, आई एम
नॉट
जस्ट
पूछ रहा है कि ये नॉट पूछ रहा है राजसिक आहार
E,
की
Yes.
ma'am, is it C, B, D, and E?
Okay, so Snigdha, yes. Snigdha is a which quality, you tell me now? It
सात्विक
is sattvic or tamasic? We know
सात्विक
it
में
is sattvic, Snigdha, right? Very good. Lavan Yukta, we know it is rajasic or tamasic?
मैम राजसिक है ये तो
Rajasic hai.
Rajasic.
Huh? So this is, so Snigdha is not rajasic, very hot. Is it rajasic?
राजसिक है
Rajasic.
It is rajasic. Long lasting,
मैम ये सात्विक में तो बताया नहीं गया लॉन्ग लास्टिंग का कुछ तो इसका मतलब ये राजसिक भी हो सकती है
yeah. And then is
E आएगा
Rajasic. Delicious. Delicious is rasa yukta, that is sattvic. See, now here if you have confusion in the exam, we don't know what is long lasting. Now here in the question is not there. I have not put. So,
Long lasting is not there.
so we know rasa yukta is sattvic, so that is gone, right? We know snigdha, that is also sattvic. So B and E is
B
gone.
आएगा B C D only
So remaining is A, C, D. Out of that, so the answer is Snigdha.
C.
Yes.
D and
मैम सी
So
वाला दिखाई नहीं दिया आपका वो आ रहा है थोड़ा सा ऊपर करेंगे तो दिख जाएगा
okay.
जी
Now
आप
you
देख
can
रहे हैं
yes. So
C.
at times, if this is the confusion, you are not able to understand a particular option that has been given, try eliminating process. That whether this is there, that is there. So go on cutting it. And whichever remains, that is your correct answer. That's why I say even read the Hindi question and options, also English, if at all you feel it is confusing. Now in this question, I will look into the Hindi also, but it is confusing. So try eliminating. First, try reading the Hindi and the question also and answers also. And then still, if you're confused, try the elimination process. That is the best way and the easiest way. Next question. June 2022, Sattvic Ahas according to Bhagavad Gita are. What is a Sattvic Ahar? Ruksha.
Snigdha, Rasya,
Gatarasa.
Sthira.
Rasya.
Sthira.
Sthira. Yes, very good. Then in June 2021, according to Bhagavad Gita, the properties of Sattvic Ahar are. What are the properties of Sattvic Ahar? The one that gives intellect, fire-inducing, pleasure-enhancing, causing worry, or love-enhancing.
Pleasure enhancing, love enhancing, and
C.
gives intellect. A,
C. A. C.
A, C, and E. A,
C,
C, and
and
E.
A C E
That
right
is
Sattvic Ahar will always.
Antanavati. Yes.
If you're confused, Sattvic Ahar is always going to give you good things.
Yes.
Right, so fire inducing यानी अग्नि अगर हमारे इसमें बहुत बढ़ती है, it is not something good. जलन हो रही है, that means that is not good. So causing
Acid.
yes, so B is gone.
Yes.
Causing worry, chinta, that
Yes.
cannot be Sattvic Ahar. So remaining 3.
3.
Very good. Then in June 2018, this question was asked according to Bhagavad Gita. Acha,
Properties.
yeah. Properties of Sattvic Ahar are first. Pleasure, they just change the wordings. Pleasure and love promoter, hot and salty, age and intellect promoter, worry and disease producer.
A and C.
A or
A
C.
and C. That is option C.
Yes.
Option C.
Pleasure and love promoter,
and C.
age and intellect promoter.
Intellect promoter.
yes ma'am.
Very good.